If you don't overclock your GPU, you're actually leaving probably 10% of free performance on the table. So with that said, welcome back at ImWateringPSUs, and here we are with the full RTX 5090 overclocking guide. Now, little disclaimer, this is gonna work for every single model of GPU out there. So it doesn't matter if you have the cheapest card out there. For example, today I'm using a relatively cheap RTX 5090 Zotac Solid OC, but even if you have the more expensive models like the ROG Astral or an MSI Vanguard GPU, the settings are gonna be the same for you. However, and this is another important disclaimer, the results you're getting are gonna vary broadly depending on your GPU. So especially if you have a lower end model, I think you should instead go ahead and undervolt your GPU. It's gonna be a lot more rewarding, and they have a full tutorial on how to undervolt your 5090. Now, overclocking is also gonna increase your temperature and increase the noise of your GPU, whereas undervolting is not. It is actually gonna decrease all of these. We are also gonna increase your power consumption a little bit, so make sure you have enough power supply headroom. Now, with all that said, let's get started. But before, I want to ask you guys to promise me one thing, okay? So if at the end of the video, if the video ends up being helpful, you will drop a like and subscribe. If we have a deal, let's go ahead. Now, I'll be using MSI Afterburner and Heaven Benchmark for this tutorial. They will both be in the description down below, and you can also use the beta version for Afterburner, or you can also use, for example, Asus GPU Tweak. Settings are going to be the same no matter where you input. With that said, let's actually go into Windows and let's start tweaking. Now, once we're in Windows, the first thing we want to do is open up Afterburner. Now, with this open, we want to open up Heaven Benchmark and make sure you're running it with these settings. So quality on Ultra, tessellation on Extreme, anti-aliasing on X8, and resolution on 2560 by 1440. Make sure you uncheck the full screen option. Let's run it, hit the Windows key, and pull up Afterburner again. Over here on top, under GPU, we will see what clock our GPU is actually running at. Now, this is gonna be super important because for this tutorial, we're not doing offsets, we are doing clock targets. So as soon as Heaven Benchmark starts, as you can see, we are running at around 2872. On our Zotac card. Now, to see our real clock, the one if we know how to set our GPU, we want to fully unlock the power limit. So let's do that and let's see what happens. Well, in our case, it's staying about the same, but in long sessions, this will allow you to maintain that clock. We now want to go ahead and tune our core clock and memory clock. Now, let's start from memory clock because this is super easy. So plus 2000 you can do on every single GPU. So just do that. It's free performance. Now, if you do have a modified version of Afterburner, or if you have the beta version, or if you're from the future, well, you can put this one to 3000 as well. And I find it is stable on 99% of 5090s. 2000 is stable on every single card. It's literally free performance. Let's now go on our core clock. And here we need to test this out. However, if you don't really want to test it out and just want something simple for some free performance, well, every single card out there can do 3000 megahertz. So in our case, we are at 2872. We want to give it plus 130, so we get to 3000, right? Well, if we go ahead and apply, you will see we're not quite hitting 3000. So we need to give it a bit more. Let's try 150, right there. And now we are right at 3000. So for my card, if I want to be super safe and just not really test it out and have something stable, I'm gonna just do 150 and save everything. So how do I make sure this thing is running all the time? Well, I go to save it on one, click apply, go into settings, start with Windows, start minimized, hit apply, hit OK, and click over here. And the video is actually over. So if you don't want to test your card, you can close the video now, drop a like and subscribe, and I would be happy. However, if you want to stay, I'm going to give you guys a bit more guidelines because you can get quite a bit more, another 10% if you're lucky, more out of this. So you're going to start to be power limited. How good your card is and how much headroom on the power limit slider is going to be very important unless you want to do some BIOS flashing and artificially get your power limits higher. What can the best cards achieve? Well, the best cards can do 3200. So for my GPU, I would need to do around 350 to go there. However, this sample I have here is not the best, but 350, as you can see, is working. However, this is not going to be actually stable in games. And this is why it's super important that you guys go ahead and test out whatever setting you put here with long gaming sessions and synthetic benchmarking. Because if not, you're gonna crash. And it's terrible to crash when you're playing competitively or when you haven't saved in a single player title. So your maximum limit is gonna be around 3200 of effective clock. I have not found a card so far that can do more, stable at 100%, 24/7, every day, all day. What I would recommend you guys do is start by trying 3200, then test out your PC. And if your PC crashes, go down 100 megahertz at a time until it stops crashing. When it stops crashing, go down another 50 and then save the profile. So you are sure you're not gonna crash and ruin your gaming experience. And with that said, this is my actual full guide on how to overclock your GPU. And I hope it was helpful. As usual, I want to hear what you guys think and what your results are down below in the comments. So drop a like and a comment, and see you guys in another video. Bye bye, have a good day.